Hashtag Neural Interface Technology Updates Long-Form Tutorial Script. You're wearing a brain-computer interface wrong, and it's limiting everything you can do with it. Today, we're breaking down the latest neural interface technology updates that most users completely miss, and I'm showing you exactly how to set yours up properly. Hey, I'm TechNavigator Pro, and if you haven't heard, neural interface technology just entered a new era. But here's the thing, most people don't know how to actually use these devices to their full potential. They're treating them like passive tools when they're actually incredibly dynamic systems that need proper configuration. Let's talk about what's changed. Neural interfaces used to be purely medical devices, right? Limited to clinical settings, heavily restricted. But recent developments have shifted that landscape significantly. The technology is now more accessible, more intuitive, and way more powerful than it was even 6 months ago. The problem? People are still using outdated setup methods. They're not calibrating their devices correctly. They're not understanding the software architecture. And worst of all, they're missing the control features that could completely transform how they interact with their technology. Here's what we're covering today. First, we'll walk through the proper initial calibration process. Then we'll dive into the control interface dashboard. After that, I'm showing you the neural mapping features. And finally, we'll unlock the advanced settings that separate casual users from power users. Let's start with calibration. This is absolutely critical, and I cannot stress this enough. When you first receive your neural interface device, whether that's a headset, implant, or non-invasive electrode array, you need to run the manufacturer's calibration protocol. Don't skip this. Don't think you're special and can wing it. Open the device's companion application. You'll see a home screen with several options. Look for the Calibration Center button, it's usually in the top right corner. Click it. You'll see 3 calibration modes: Basic, Advanced, and Custom. If this is your first time, select Basic. The system will guide you through a series of visual and mental exercises. These aren't random. They're training your neural interface to understand your unique brain patterns, your electrical signatures, the way your neurons fire when you think about specific tasks. The calibration takes about 15 to 20 minutes. During this time, you'll see prompts on your screen. Think about moving your right hand. Imagine writing your name. Visualize a familiar location. Your neural interface is recording these patterns. It's creating a personalized map of your brain activity. This is why you absolutely cannot rush this step. Once basic calibration completes, you'll get a calibration score. Anything above 70% is workable. Anything above 85% is excellent. If you're below 70, run it again. Your environment matters here. Make sure you're in a quiet space, minimal electromagnetic interference. Move away from Wi-Fi routers and power cables. I know that sounds intense, but the accuracy difference is measurable and significant. Now, let's move to the control interface dashboard. This is where things get interesting. After calibration, the same companion app will show you the dashboard view. This is your command center. You'll see several widget panels here: your neural signal strength indicator, active command sets, your calibration history, and real-time brain activity visualization. The neural signal strength indicator looks like a traditional signal bar system. You want to see 4 to 5 bars consistently. If you're seeing 1 or 2 bars, something's wrong. Check your device connection. Make sure electrodes are clean and properly positioned. Dry skin can reduce signal quality dramatically. I'm not exaggerating when I say that a 10-second swipe with a slightly damp cloth can improve your connection strength by 30 to 40%. The active command set section is where you'll configure what your neural interface actually does. By default, it comes loaded with basic commands: cursor movement, selection, basic text input. But here's what nobody realizes: you can completely customize these command sets. You can reprogram what specific mental tasks trigger specific actions. Click on Edit Command Sets. You'll see the command library. This is extensive. We're talking hundreds of possible neural commands that you can map to digital actions. Think about your workflow. What do you do most frequently? Do you need to scroll? Do you need to switch between applications? Do you need to control media playback? Map your most common tasks to the easiest mental commands. For example, thinking about turning a dial can trigger scroll functions. Visualizing a button press can trigger selection. Imagining text appearance can trigger typing mode. This is where individual configuration becomes powerful. Everyone's brain works slightly differently. What feels intuitive for me might feel awkward for you. The beauty of modern neural interfaces is that they're not one-size-fits-all anymore. If you're finding this valuable, hit that subscribe button. We post tech tutorials daily, and honestly, this technology landscape is changing so rapidly that staying updated is genuinely important. The features I'm showing you today might have new variations next month. Let's continue with neural mapping. This is the advanced feature that takes neural interfaces from functional tools to genuinely transformative technology. In your dashboard view, look for the Neural Map section. This generates a visual representation of which brain regions activate when you perform specific tasks. Your neural map looks like a three-dimensional brain model with different regions highlighted in different colors. Blue regions are your motor cortex activation. Green regions show language and cognitive processing. Red regions indicate attention and focus centers. This visualization does more than just look cool. It's diagnostic. It's educational. It's literally showing you how your brain is interfacing with your technology. The neural map updates in real time as you use your device. After a few hours of use, you'll start seeing patterns. You'll notice that certain mental tasks light up specific brain regions more efficiently than others. Some people naturally activate their motor cortex for control commands. Others rely more heavily on visual imagination. Neither is wrong. But knowing your pattern helps you optimize your command assignments. Here's a pro tip: if a particular command feels sluggish or unreliable, check your neural map. Are you activating the optimal brain region for that command? Sometimes just rephrasing how you think about a task, changing it from a motor command to a visual command, for example, can dramatically improve response time and accuracy. Now let's unlock the advanced settings. Go back to your main menu. You'll see a settings icon. It looks like a gear, usually in the bottom right corner. Click it. You'll enter the System Settings interface. Scroll down past Basic Settings. You're looking for Neural Processing Parameters or Advanced Brain-Computer Interface Settings. This section is where most users never venture, and that's exactly why they're missing out. In this section, you'll find several critical adjustments. First, signal filtering. This determines how aggressively the system filters out noise in your neural signal. The default is moderate. If you're experiencing false commands, or your device interprets random brain activity as intentional commands, increase filtering to high. If you're experiencing lag, or your intended commands feel sluggish, decrease filtering to low. It's a balance. You're tuning the sensitivity of your interface. Second, response latency settings. This controls how quickly your device responds to neural commands. Default is usually around 200 milliseconds. For basic tasks like scrolling or clicking, that's fine. But if you're using your neural interface for real-time applications, gaming, video editing, professional work where timing matters, you can reduce latency down to 50 milliseconds or lower. Be aware that lower latency requires higher signal quality and can increase false command rates if your calibration isn't perfect. Third, multi-command sequencing. This is honestly where things get wild. This feature allows you to program complex command sequences triggered by single mental actions. For example, you could configure a sequence where imagining a specific shape simultaneously opens an application, navigates to a specific file, and prepares it for editing. All from one neural command. This is automation at the neural level. To set up a sequence, select Create New Sequence. You'll see a command chain interface. It looks like a flowchart. You add commands in order, set timing parameters between commands, and create conditional logic. If this command fails, do this instead. This is serious customization, and it genuinely transforms how fast you can work. Fourth, adaptive learning settings. Modern neural interfaces include machine learning components that continuously improve their understanding of your neural patterns. You can adjust how aggressively the system learns and adapts. More aggressive learning means faster improvement but higher potential for misfires. Conservative learning is slower but more stable. I recommend starting conservative and gradually increasing as you become more comfortable. Now let's talk about real-world application. Say you're a data analyst. You need to quickly switch between spreadsheets, run analyses, and generate reports. Instead of manually executing each step, you could create a neural macro. Visualize a specific scene, maybe your office or a familiar location, and that entire workflow sequence executes. You're not just controlling your computer with your brain. You're running pre-programmed, optimized sequences that would take minutes to execute manually. Here's another pro tip: the Neural Interface Marketplace. Within your companion app, you'll find a community section where other users share custom command sets and sequences. These are pre-configured specifically for different professions and workflows. If you're a developer, you can download command sets optimized for coding. If you're a designer, you'll find sequences for creative applications. If you're a medical professional, there are specialized sets for clinical workflows. These aren't generic. They're built by people doing exactly what you do. Advanced users often spend time optimizing their neural signal environment. This means more than just clean electrodes. This means understanding electromagnetic fields in your workspace. Power cables running near where you use your device? Move them. Multiple Wi-Fi networks? That's creating interference. Your smartphone? Keep it at least a meter away during critical tasks. This sounds obsessive, but users who optimize their environment see signal quality improvements of 50% or more. One more thing before we wrap up: neural fatigue management. Using a neural interface is cognitively demanding. Your brain is literally working harder because it's interfacing with external systems. Don't run extended sessions without breaks. I'm talking about taking a 10 to 15 minute break every hour. Use that time to let your neural signals rest and stabilize. This isn't just comfort. It's maintaining optimal signal quality over time. Users who take regular breaks show more consistent performance and better long-term calibration stability. Advanced users also customize their visual feedback. When you execute a command, you get feedback, usually haptic, visual, or audio cues. You can adjust the intensity and type of feedback. Some people find that stronger feedback helps them refine their mental commands. Others find that subtle feedback helps them maintain focus. There's no universal right answer here. Test different settings. See what helps you think most clearly. Here's something important that people often overlook: back up your neural profiles. Your calibration data, your command sets, your neural maps, all of this is personalized data. It's unique to you and your brain. You can export this data within your settings. Create backups. If you ever need to reset your device or upgrade to new hardware, you can restore your complete configuration instantly. This is critical for users who've invested time in customization. Let me share one final pro tip.